What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It is your favorite Dr. Baye here with a little bit of a different video for you. I am out here in the bushes. This video is coming to you guys live from Ghana, Bronga Hafu region, Sunyane. I am on my dad's 25-acre cocoa farm. There are other things on the farm. There's oranges, there's citrus, there's plantains, there's many other things on the farm, but it's mostly cocoa is what he grows here. So we're gonna walk through the farm. He's actually right up there, so he will tell you guys a little bit about the farm. He will point out certain things, and if there's any herbs or any particular plants with medicinal properties that we find, I will be able to identify them and tell you. So let's go right on. Just to tell you a little bit about the cocoa. This is where how we make chocolate. So if you love chocolate, which a lot of people do, it's important for you to know where chocolate comes from. So this is the cocoa tree. This is the cocoa fruit, right? At this stage, we really don't use it for much. But when it gets ripe, it looks like, this is the middle stage, where it's almost sort of ready, and then right there it's when it is completely ready. So there are people that work on this farm. They walk through the farm every week and they pick all the ripe ones, and then we'll talk about how to process the cocoa a little later on. But the first thing we do when we pick it is we cut it open. This is what it looks like right here, and then the fruit is absolutely delicious. Here, you want to taste it? He said no. So ladies and gentlemen, this is my father. He is a judge by day and a farmer by heart. So this is his farm. So how long have you had this farm?
This farm is about 15 years old.
15 years old.
Yeah.
And is it mostly just cocoa?
Yeah, here it's only cocoa.
Okay.
We have some oranges along, and then some lemon along the boundary.
Okay.
But it's mostly cocoa. We also have some avocado scattered in the farm.
Okay.
So this is the way cocoa is. It's now starting to bear. These are the old ones that we are just plucking off. You can see a few are ripe. Yeah, so we are just plucking off. Then the flowers is starting to flower.
So this is what the flower looks like.
These are the flowers. So in about 2 months, they will grow to about this size. Then
Okay. So he's saying these are the flowers,
these
and in
are the
about
flowers.
2 months,
they
they will
about-
become about this size.
Then after some time, they will mature and ripe. So that's all what the farm is. All this is part of the farm. Left, right on the farm.
It's a lot of cocoa.
Yes. So you can see the ripe ones are the old ones. We are just plucking off.
Okay.
Yes. So after this one, then we wait for those that are flowering to also mature.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have, you can see there's an orange tree here. No, I think we passed the orange. Yeah, that's it there. There's an
Oh, okay, yeah, right there.
You said it's the what?
Orange tree.
We can go there.
Can do it.
Yeah, so this is an orange. You can see that it's just starting to bear. There are just a few little ones on it. Yes, that is the orange fruit. It's not yet matured. When it's matured, we could have eaten some, but presently it is just starting to bear.
For about how many months can we eat it?
In about 2-3 months.
Okay.
Should be okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we are in, this is May, June, July. By August, they should be matured
Okay.
for eating.
So the one thing about the oranges here in Ghana is they don't become yellow. See the ones in America, they all look
yeah,
yellow.
they are not mostly not yellow.
Yeah.
Sometimes can even be still green and
Yes.
still
Be delicious.
be delicious.
Very, very delicious and nutritious. So the oranges here is organic, not
Yeah.
sprayed, no chemicals, nothing. It's just allowed to grow in the wild. And so
It's
obviously
not grown in
you
the
get-
wild. We plant them. They are all
Well-
planted. So I planted
Oh,
them
okay,
along
okay.
the boundaries of my farm. So all around the farm,
Oh.
I have them.
Okay.
There are some also inside, a few inside.
Okay.
But these are just to demarcate the boundary, my boundary
Okay.
and my neighbor's
So
boundary.
this is where your land ends,
Where my
and
land
this is your
ends.
neighbor's.
This is my neighbor's land.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what we do.
Okay, but regardless, it's very nutritious, right? It has a lot more nutrients, value, and yes, there's been research done to compare the oranges from West Africa to the oranges in the U.S. There's more vitamin C, there's more calcium, there's more minerals. So there's a lot of oranges. I've already counted like 7 orange
Yeah,
trees.
from here, well, when we started, I think this is about 7th one.
Okay,
That oranges and lemons. Some are lemons.
okay, okay. Any grapefruit or
No, I don't have-
lime?
I don't
Just
have.
oranges and lemons. Okay. All right. It's a lot of bugs here, as you can see. But hey, you in the bush.
And this
that's
is
what you
pawpaw.
get.
That one is grown by itself. We don't plant it. It just
Okay.
come up.
And is this on your land or this is sort of?
It's just on the boundary. So I can pluck it.
You can pluck it. Okay. 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 And so with the cocoa, when you guys pick the right cocoa, what is the next step? What is the next process?
When you pluck the cocoa, you crack it
Mm-hmm.
open. Yeah, you get the seeds like this. Then you take off the seeds.
Mm-hmm.
You ferment it for 6 days.
Okay.
By fermenting, you put it on some leaves.
Mm-hmm.
You cover it. We may say hermetically sealed.
Okay.
Air should not enter.
Ah.
So you cover it. After 7 days, it ferments, and you take it and you dry it.
Okay.
After drying for about 8-10 days, it's dried,
Okay.
and you can use it for your chocolate.
So why is the 7-day fermentation process important?
No, it has to ferment well.
Okay.
It can be fermented within 6 days, 5, 6, 7 days, depending on the weather. Yeah, he's just cutting off some parasite that has come onto the cocoa.
So this is a parasite.
There's a parasite.
Okay.
There's a name for it.
What is it called?
Mistletoe.
Oh,
This is mistletoe. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
mistletoe on the cocoa. So he's just cutting them off to free the cocoa. Otherwise, it will kill the cocoa.
Okay, so I heard you say that the mistletoe sucks the nutrients.
Yes, it sucks nutrients from the cocoa.
Okay, okay.
So they have to be cut off.
Okay.
Yes. So that's the mistletoe. It sucks nutrients from the cocoa. So we just cut them off.
Okay.
So let's go.
Once you always do the bill.
Okay, he's cutting another one.
So that is Mr. Aminu, hard at work. He's getting all the parasites from the cocoa, so the cocoa plant can thrive.
No, it's dead.
Now, they don't have any roots, but
No.
it's just,
You just settle on this one
Yeah.
and then you get cooked.
So one thing that he was just explaining about the mistletoe, it doesn't have a root. It's not like a plant
No,
that
it
grows.
is spread by birds and wind.
Okay.
So you see the flowers, the yellow flowers, when the wind blows, it just spreads. So
Okay.
it settles on the tree, and it gets stuck on the tree, and it just grows straight away.
Okay. 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 Okay.
So that's how
That's why it's called a parasite, because it doesn't offer any benefit to the plant. It just sucks nutrients from the cocoa. So if we keep it on the cocoa plant, it will be very difficult for the cocoa to bear fruit.
it
Right?
can even kill the cocoa.
It can even kill the cocoa plant. That's why it's important that they check it regularly and cut it off as soon as they see it. All right, guys. So this is Mr. Aminu. He's the one that takes care of the farm when my father, my brother are not here. So I just wanted to, ask him a few questions about the farm. And he said, "Sedamu niha ejuma ben awe wa hase."
Ejuma dia hia bia ado na me do cocoa no me tia na me di tu ho.
Okay.
Na me frana ka kira cocoa na ho. Ama me kwan no kokaria na me kokaria se me ntwen ababa na me twen no.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Na me sa bisa no ejuma ben na opesa me ye.
Okay.
Na no aka kira ye sei na o ye se ado na wo ho na se me nkodo. Aya ejuma bia na wo ho a na kira me koye ejuma we.
Okay. So I was just asking him that when my dad and my brother are not here, what does he do? And he says he pretty much just takes care of the land, the farm. If there's any weeds that he needs to cut down, he does it. Like the mistletoe that we were cutting, he goes around to make sure that it doesn't overgrow. He also harvests the cocoa, which is what he was doing this morning. So he goes around the farm, any cocoa that is ripe, he cuts them, he picks them, he cuts them open, processes them, and then he lets my dad know. He also, calls him, checks in with him to see if there's any other things that he would like him to plant or any things that he want to do. So he pretty much, takes care of the whole land and the farm when everybody is not here. And see, I former Juman and then I add them power to say.
Afum juma no. Dia de pa na dia obehe na ma cocoa na timi so. Ti se ne ba no ana ho na ye be akakra. Ne din na dia obehe na ye na timi so na ho ya kakra no. Ho na ya din. Na adone dia aya bread dia na nya din. Sati ase o ja cocoa no so aya dwuma bia dia obewura bia brewom. Ne din no a dia ye be kwen dia obefa so na cocoa no timi so. Asuye na onya bi no ho na ya din pa.
Okay. So I was asking him what is the hardest part about taking care of the farm or being in the farming business. He said the hardest part, especially with the cocoa, is that finding somebody or knowing what to do to make sure that the cocoa bears fruit and it bears fruit well. So there's a lot of money in the cocoa, but if it's not done right, you can also lose a lot of money. So he's saying that farming and weeding is hard work, but the hardest part is making sure that the cocoa grows well and bears enough fruit, especially if you have to respond, if you have to account for it to somebody else, like my dad. So, until Fia Hena or what has farming so.
Nya bia anyandurfo no na kakra na terene dia kakra ne dia terene dia kakra daso daso
be 3.5 years.
Be terene busumi na busumi tremasa ewoto sa.
Okay. So I was asking him how long he's been the one taking care of this farm, and he said it's been a little bit over 3 years that he's been doing this. So maybe beside it's a question about because I didn't think a form edgeman a year there. Then a one who am out when you jump.
A form human, Nyangura cocoa nesia. Nam hu cocoa mba woa, a timima minia jet. Sadiaje, a cadia duane de ambedino aya cafe. Cafe ne dia, cocoa no banu woa, meaning kura cafe dia me pebe and what ya
coffee.
Na. We got media jay. Say me ya jay got media.
Why are they? We are jam. High five.
Me ya jay.
Maybe 5 kaka.
Me ya jay. Koko mbanoa na minute ni je. Aka cafe ne de akwele dia ebe di ne dia koko no ba no koko no ba no ba dia ope bia benya na koko na nso yi a ope bibi kura we da na ho ya on san be kan no koko no mian wura fuo no na koko bre wo ho kuma wo ho na mini age minim kura ya be di sika o dia ope bia benya na obe wura na koko no gina ho sansan ya
Okay. So I was asking him, what is it that he enjoys about the farm life? And he was saying that as soon as he enters the cocoa farm and he sees the cocoa fruit on the trees, his whole mood gets elevated. He gets very happy. It's more than even giving him money or giving him food. He said once the cocoa is bearing fruit, whatever you want out of it, you can get. You can get coffee, you can get alcohol, you can pretty much feed yourself, right? Once the cocoa starts bearing fruit. But if he walks into the farm and the cocoa is not doing very well, he gets really sad and he doesn't have the motivation to even do the weeding. So his main focus is at all times to make sure that the cocoa plants are doing well, because it's much more than just the money. It brings him happiness and a sense of fulfillment. Just tell them a little bit about it.
Yeah, so this is my neighbor. He is planting maize. He's not doing cocoa.
Maize is corn?
Corn. Maize or corn. So he has just planted it. I think this is about 2-3 weeks old.
Okay.
Yeah, it has not been raining very well to have been much grown more than this, but he is doing only corn. So you can see this is his cornfield. Yeah, so he is not into cocoa. And this is a palm tree. It gives palm fruits. And the palm fruit, I'm sure all of you know what the palm fruit is used for.
Hopefully, right?
You can use it for soup, oil, and a whole lot of things.
You used to get palm wine.
Yeah, it can even be distilled into a drink, very hard liquor. Yeah.
Called.
We call it akpeteshi.
There you go.
People like it. It's a delicacy for people here.
Yeah. What's the proof on the hard liquor?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, sometimes you can go as much as 45% alcohol.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but when it goes more than 45, it becomes dangerous. So they dilute it to make it a little milder. So that's the palm tree. The palm fronds are used for building. They are used for
making brooms.
Brooms. They are used for doing touch, maybe for hand coop, a whole lot of things. And when you uproot it, that's where you get the palm wine. Yes, and then after having extracted all the palm wine, the tree itself gives you mushrooms, and they are very, very delicious. Yes, when it is getting rotten, the mushrooms comes out of it.
Oh,
and
okay.
they are very nutritious, very delicious too. So it's a lot.
So every part of the palm
tree
is used for something.
Is useful. It can even be used to do carpets. When you cut them open, it can be used to do carpets.
Doormats.
Doormat, in fact, doormat, not carpet. Doormats.
Yeah, doormat.
So there's a lot. And even the palm kernel, after you have extracted the palm oil, the kernel can also be used for palm kernel oil.
Ajongo.
We call it ajongo. Yes, palm kernel oil, and it's very, very nutritious. It's highly rated, even more than olive oil.
Yeah.
Yes, if it's well processed. And then the hard part that has been cracked can be used to seal muddy areas. Yes. So where you are building your house and the place is muddy, you just get those peels, the hard ones that have been cracked. You just spread on it, then you put soil on it.
Okay. Because it's so hard, it doesn't break down.
It doesn't break down.
Okay. Okay.
So the palm I can give you about 100 uses of the palm.
And even the palm fruit is referenced in the Bible. Yeah.
It's a very useful, very, very useful tree.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we plant the cocoa, in fact, there were a lot of palm trees in the cocoa. But as the cocoa grows, we uproot the palm trees because it will be competing with the cocoa for nutrients and sunshine and all that. So as the cocoa grows, we keep on uprooting them. But as we go along, we will see one or two inside the cocoa.
Okay. So question for you. So you said when you first started farming here, it was all palm, right?
Yeah, I started a palm plantation.
Okay.
Then when the palm grew, I uprooted them and then planted the cocoa.
So why did you do that?
At a certain point, there was no market for the palm fruits.
Okay.
You just harvest and you get very little. You spend so much money and you get very little.
Okay.
So when I uprooted it, we distilled the alcohol, and then I decided to plant cocoa.
Okay. And so is there a good market for the cocoa?
The cocoa is a ready market.
Okay.
It's regulated by the
Okay.
government, so there's a ready market. Every year they come out with a new price.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
the question of glut doesn't arise.
Yeah.
As soon as you harvest, there is the cocoa marketing companies are there. Just go, they weigh your cocoa and they pay you.
Okay. Okay. So you were saying that you have to ferment the cocoa beans. So after you ferment it, you dry it and you take it to them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So
Okay.
you ferment. After plucking, you crack open, ferment it for 6-7 days, and then you dry it, and then you take it to the cocoa marketing companies, and then they buy.
So they weigh and they give you your money.
Yeah, they weigh.
Okay.
Pay you.
So you do that every year.
Every time, not every year. Like this one, they are plucking. When in about 2 weeks' time, to be ready for selling. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Oh wow. So when life gets hard, I can always come work on my father's farm.
And this is avocado.
Oh wow, avocado. There's so much on it.
You can see it's also bearing. This is how it looks like when I cut it. And it's very, very nutritious. All organic, no chemical, nothing. So you see that it's so nice.
Why do some of these look like this?
This is not matured.
Oh, okay.
But we have some avocado that are also have that color. But this one has this color because it's not matured.
Okay. Okay.
That's why it dropped.
Avocado is very nutritious. This one tastes different from the one we have in the US. It's very creamy, very thick, very filling. You can eat one and be full for hours. Sorry. You have a lot on your farm, Abba.
I planted them.
Oh.
All the avocado you see,
You
I
planted them.
planted because I like fruit.
Right.
So,
And why are you doing that?
yeah, these are. If you don't cut them off, they also suck the nutrients from the tree.
Okay.
So the tree will not be able to bear properly.
Okay.
So when they start coming, we remove them.
Okay.
Otherwise, they'll be competing with the tree itself.
Oh.
But they take the nutrients from the tree.
Okay. Okay.
So they also become parasites like the mistletoe.
Ah, got it. Got it. So question for you. So if a company somewhere in the US or somewhere else sees this video and they would like to work with you to get cocoa beans from you or whatever, is that something that can be done or does it all have to go
No,
through?
the cocoa is regulated.
Okay.
There is a cocoa board called
Okay.
cocoa board. That is the organization that oversees the whole cocoa industry. But there are marketing companies who also buy and they sell it back to the cocoa board. The cocoa board does the export.
Okay.
So anybody who wants cocoa
Has to
will
go through-
through cocoa board.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got
So
it.
it is exported every year.
Okay. And Ghana is the world's second
Yeah,
largest
Ghana is the second largest
producer.
of cocoa.
At some point, we're the first.
West, the first then Cote d'Ivoire
Yeah.
took over.
Yeah.
So now Cote d'Ivoire is the first,
The largest.
the largest producer of
Yeah.
cocoa.
So, if you guys have any questions about cocoa or avocado or farm life, leave us comments below, right? And I'll make sure that I ask him and he will tell me and I'll respond with a reply. Do not forget to also like, comment, share, subscribe, the whole bit. This video is not done. Let's keep going.
Yeah, so this is a coconut tree I tried to plant inside the cocoa farm. Unfortunately, the cocoa has outgrown the coconut tree, so it's not getting enough sunshine. So it's not actually doing well. As you can see, it should have been bearing by this time because I planted this at about 6 years old.
Okay.
But because it has been overshadowed by the cocoa, it does not get enough sunshine. So it is not actually bearing.
So if it had enough sunshine, about how many years will it start bearing?
So you have been started bearing within 2-3 years.
Okay.
But it's about
Okay.
6-7 years old
Okay.
and it's still not bearing.
So if we give it, or if we make way for sunshine, is there hope for it? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
But that would mean I have to cut down the cocoa tree
And
around
we
it.
want the
I
cocoa
want the
more than the
cocoa tree.
cocoa. Be careful, man.
So you see that we have some plantain trees here. The plantain is planted when the cocoa is young. When we just plant the seedlings, then you plant the plantain. So that during the dry season, it gives shade to the young cocoa trees.
Okay.
But this one, they have been here all these years. We keep harvesting and it keep growing. You see that as we walk through the farm, you don't see much plantain. When the farm is young, we plant plantain all over the farm so that it gives shade to the cocoa trees.
Okay.
But these ones have managed to stay here for about 15 years.
Wow.
They keep coming out. The suckers keep coming, as you can see. The small ones keep coming. So as we harvest, they keep coming. So some of them, there are still a few scattered on the farm.
Okay.
We don't plant them again because the cocoa is grown.
Right.
But the old ones keep coming up.
So all the other ones that you planted, did you cut them once the cocoa was grown, or they just
No, we didn't
died?
cut them away.
Okay.
We actually harvest.
Okay.
When it bears the fruit,
Okay.
we harvest it. Then as the cocoa grows, cocoa overshadows it.
Oh.
So
Okay.
it is deprived of sunshine
Okay.
and a lot of air, so it dies by itself. You can see that there are some, if you can see this, you can see that there's one inside, but it's looking so thin, tall inside.
Yeah.
So as time goes on, it dies off by itself. After
Okay.
we harvest, it doesn't come up again.
Okay. Okay.
But these ones, because there's not much cocoa here, they are still bringing out the smaller one.
Because they have the sunshine.
Yeah, they have the sunshine, so they
air.
keep coming.
Okay.
So for as long as they come, they will bear, and then we will
We
harvest
keep
them.
harvesting. Okay.
And then this is cocoyam. So this is cocoyam. In fact, when we did the farm for the first time, we planted cocoyam inside, and some of them has remained up till now.
Wow.
So as you walk on the farm,
Yeah, I
you
see
see,
a-
you
I
see
saw a lot of
few
them.
around.
Yeah.
After some time, you come and uproot it, and you get some food.
The fruit. Yeah.
You get food under.
So with the cocoyam is known as the African spinach, right? Because this green part, we used to make stew, we used to make soup. It has the same nutrient value as spinach, but even more, right? Because this one has a root to it. So any kind of green plant that has a root to it tends to have more nutrients. So we use the leaves. It's called contomere. We use it to make stew. It has a lot of iron, right? And it also has vitamin C. So as you know, right, if you are anemic, it's not enough to just take iron. You need vitamin C to help your body absorb the iron. So this plant has all of that. And when we uproot this cocoyam, right, if we uproot this plant, there's cocoyam underneath it. So the cocoyam, we boil it and eat it with stew. We pound fufu with it. There's a lot of things we can do with it. So this plant here has a lot of nutrients, a lot of minerals, a lot of nutrients and minerals and all of that. And it's a very special plant. Almost every home, every household has this plant in their backyard just because, this is very nutritious. All right, guys, so that is the end of this video. We are actually on our way to my dad's second farm. It's pretty much the same thing that you've seen right here on this almost 30-acre farm. So we're just gonna go ahead and wrap this up, but I hope you guys learned a thing or two about cocoa and farming, and just pretty much enjoying a little bit of my home country and how I grew up, right? If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Also make sure you follow, share, subscribe. If you have any questions about farming, leave comments below and we will answer each and every one of them. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.